so nagkaroon tayo ng idea, the first three things that the next president can do to calm the situation, raise the hopes of the country, and so on. So malinaw yun.
Now let's go to the candidates. Kasi we discussed Duterte assuming he'd be the winner. Let's see po, what would happen in a po presidency?
Ay, ang unang may magsasampa ng case sa Presidential Electoral Tribunal, di ba?
I thought they would bring the Philippine flag down para iakit yung American flag.
And
then aspire to be the 51st state, di ba? Unahan natin Puerto Rico, di ba?
Teka muna. Sino bang presidente ng Pilipinas hindi bata ng kano? Tell me.
Well,
can we afford to be not bata ng kano?
Siguro
Is that maybe a better question?
Can we say that Erick was not bata ng kano?
Hindi.
Di ba? Pinagtulungan
Erick
siya.
Remember?
No. Erick was pretty much his own man.
Kano rin si Erick. Remember, siya yung kasama doon sa nag-oust ng bases. Pero naging presidente siya yung pumirma doon sa BFA.
Well, that only shows na kailangan maglaro
Wala
ka.
helpless lahat sila sa Amerikano.
Can you be against America and independent of it? I mean, can any one
As long
country...
as we are not united, you cannot
But even China.
fight any big
No, but even
power.
China. The only country I know that said to hell with America is Malaysia, not even Singapore. It took Mahathir. But then he suffered for 10 years.
Correct.
Diba?
Correct.
Of course, he came out on the winning end today, but even then, look at the mess they're in. But can we really afford not to be with the superpower of the world? I mean, can you be outside the Colombo?
We have to be united first.
Okay.
Wala We're so divided. How can we fight a big power?
Maybe to protect our interests, but still to be allied.
I think
Still to be allied.
I think every president in the world, has to deal with all these superpowers. Whether
Correct.
Russia,
Correct.
if you're in Eastern Europe,
Balancing
in
act yan
Asia, So,
But would you rather deal with Russia than America? I mean, isn't that a bit of a disadvantage?
sobrang malayo tayo sa Russia to have a
of course,
problem. Yes, the reality is in our region is America and China. Yun ang reality.
I would rather, well, I'm not sure I want to go against America, nor do I want to go against China.
Of course.
Diba? I mean,
Which is
Tama
what
yun.
all the other
Logical
countries
yun.
are doing in the region.
Correct.
Malaysia, Indonesia, and so on. Walang,
even England, the UK, diba?
correct.
They're dealing now with China.
So dito lang. But with regards to Erick, I think he was dealing with America too, give and take. But he also tried to maintain his independence. Kaya nga nung pinipilit na siya ni Cohen at ni Clinton na tigilan yung attack sa Abu Sayyaf and so on, may may resistance siya.
Alam mo, merong
Si Marcos,
may gray area doon, yung sinabi mo about Erick doon sa MILF. Remember, ang bumira dyan sa MILF, simultaneous drones. How can you fight all this? Yung, how do you call that?
Then again, that's American technology. You're talking about drones.
It's all the Americans operation.
That was 1999.
So, kita mo, isang kampo lang, yung mamasapano lang, hindi natin
So, can you do without America?
yun na nga
No, what would be your answer there? Can we do without America?
At this point in
Ako,
time,
I don't
no,
think so.
no way.
No way, hindi pwede,
No
di
way.
ba?
No way.
Okay, you go ahead.
Yeah. The other point. Okay, we're back to Po presidency. So, si Po ngayon na president, can she actually pull in the reins with the military? Being that they're the ones who have the guns.
Ganito na.
Kasi sila yung power eh. The real power is the guy with the rifle and the guns. So it's got to be the military. Can Po actually pull in the reins with the military? Amerikano na eh. I'm talking about the armed forces of the Philippines.
Alam mo, meron kasing sikretong nalalaman si Po na hindi natin alam at this point in time. Na pwede niyang gawing mayaman ng Pilipinas. You just wait for it. Kung just in case siya mananalo.
Wait, her name is Po, di ba? Hindi naman MVP eh.
Hindi, Marcos.
Marcos.
Okay. So we have some more text.
Triple-edged sword. Okay, God.
Number 4649. Sana naman po walang dayaang mangyayari. Hope po may pagbabago sa bansa natin. Magtulungan po tayo. Vote for the right one. God bless us all. Number 2085. I hope Mayor Duterte or Senator Miriam will win this election para sa tunay na pagbabago at sana lang walang mangyayaring dayaan. Number 9266, binoto ko si Do30 dahil sa gusto ko na ang pagbabago ng pamamalakad ng ating gobyerno. Number 8460, nakakatakot talaga dahil gagawin ni Pinoy ang lahat gamit ang pera ng bayan. Manalo lang si Mara at Lenny.
Meron pa bang perang bayan?
Okay.
Magkano
Well,
daw iiwan niya? 6.4 trillion sa debt?
Ang utang
Meron
natin,
lumabas na report, coming from IMF. Wow. Tingnan mo yun, tayo pa nagpautang sa IMF World Bank.
well, yeah, that is doon noon 2013 ba, nagpautang tayo $1 billion sa Greece.
Ayan, totoo yan
you
sa mga
remember,
European
no?
countries, 5. Pero I didn't expect na meron tayo mas malaking pera na, kaya yung remember, yung ating...
We are now not creditor country. We're now contributing country
Correct.
towards world money.
We are still a debtor
But,
country kasi
Ang
nga,
dami natin poor. How can we even contribute?
Yun na nga
Sana
nakakagulat dun.
nagtayo ng mga bahay, no? Miski yung mga building gaya sa Singapore.
kaya nga,
Give the people
Marami pa
housing.
kasing mga
Let them
sikretong
pay
hindi
for it.
nalalabas
Oh.
na de-divulge eh.
Make it 50 years to pay, 100 a month lang, para lahat
yan.
meron.
Uulitin nga natin, they don't care about the people. It is those who have the
Simple
money.
as this, Mentong. What about our central bank? It is not our central bank anymore. This is not a central bank of the government, of the people. It's like a Federal Reserve Bank.
It's a private bank.
Private bankers na yan.
Parang Federal Reserve
See?
Bank.
Kaya nagbago yan noong 86, nung binago ni Cory yung composition ng monetary board.
Correct.
Ang mayorya naging private parties
parties, naging
instead
private.
of government. So
I remember
people don't know
Alan
that.
Padilla now.
Ito yung mga malalim na issues.
Nakakalungkot yung nangyayari sa
Oh,
atin.
let's go back to Paul. So, can she succeed being the president if she is voted, whatever way? Kanyari siya. So, can she unite the military? Your answer is yes.
Yes.
Will she have the competence to actually steer it towards prosperity for the majority, meaning the poorer sector?
Meron.
She says she's kapuso, she's all puso,
Actually,
di
meron
ba?
kasi nga mga sikretong hindi pa pwedeng i-divulge at this point in time. Pero the mere fact na meron siyang MBA,
Come on, what leadership has
No,
she
no,
had
no,
in
it's
experience? She wasn't even the headmaster in grade school.
it's not
Di
MBA
ba?
per se. It's may backer ako. That's the meaning of MBA for her.
May backer ako.
So really have to watch these things, no? Kasi ako, private ako sa...
The thing is very sick. I don't think...
No, he's not the one.
Oh,
He's not the one.
Uncle
Pero,
Sam.
Meron siyang...
Ang nag-sponsor sa kanya in 2014, September, lumabas sa Inquirer front page, si Washington C. Sip, who was the first to
correct,
prod her
correct,
to run
correct.
for higher office.
Yun,
That's why
correct
nagsulat ako sa October 2014, who will stop this new U.S. puppet? Sinulat ko na yan. So, pero nadapa sila nung mga nagkaso nadapa eh.
Lumabas.
Now, whether this sponsor can really back her up economically, we saw what is happening to Ukraine. Nag-back up ang US sa coup d'etat sa Ukraine, tinake over nila, ang Russia, kinuha ulit ang Crimea, pinabayaan ng 3 taon, collapse ang economy ng Ukraine.
Pero Mentong itong
Ang
si...
talo, Ukrainian.
Talo
hindi
Ukrainians.
nalalaman ng tao, si Po, meron siyang... She is a special case. Believe me.
Yeah, but
I was part of that deal.
we need
Kaya alam ko.
we need the facts kasi
Mahirap lang magyabang.
Let's go to the next candidate. Binay.
Binay.
Ay, go muna. Sige.
Yung meeting sa Bilderberg that was 4 years ago, ang pagbibintangan sa predicament ng mundo ay yung mga corrupt leaders worldwide.
As usual.
So, dadami
Kaya
siya,
that was the
dadami siya.
reason, remember, bata siya niya sa FBR eh. Si FBR pa nagdala sa kanya sa Amerika para i-grill ng Washington. Pero pagbalik dito, look what happened. Bakit bumitaw si FBR? Lumipat kay Duterte. Yun ang barometer. Tapos sabay-sabay na naglabasan na yung mga
So,
scam.
it'll be
expose.
difficult to have Binay.
Mahirap.
It all depends. Mukhang hindi siya mananalo given the situation now. No?
Saka
But
perception-wise,
if he
despite
does,
na hindi pa lumalabas yung talagang real story about his wealth.
Until now, yeah. He hasn't addressed it.
Ang hirap,
Yeah.
pero yung perception, embedded na sa tao eh.
well, you still have 20%, di ba? Ang ni
20,
Binay. Ang tingin naman ng maraming...
No, but that's if we believe the survey.
Yeah,
I
if
believe
we-
Miriam na purge the survey
that's
companies.
true
Because,
also.
Totoo yan.
Hindi totoo yung mga
Wala,
survey
lucrative
companies
business na eh.
Negosyo.
Trending eh. Masyado.
Pero
Too
I
much.
think ang populasyon, ang tingin, the system itself is corrupt anyway.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Kaya nga
would
yung...
Binay be able, can he actually succeed with all the issues confronting him?
Well, yun, that will always be a stumbling block for him kasi nga yung kaso, i-erase pa ng i-erase yan. So that is a problem for him. Hindi mawawala yan. Hindi mawawala. But,
So, it will be difficult for him.
Difficult but not impossible. Kasi kung presidente ka, you have the powers to
Correct.
overcome these things. You can start doing the right thing like what we suggested kanina, traffic, kuryente, and so on. And sa populasyon naman, you produce the result, which is the selling point of Binay. May result siya sa Makati, yun ang selling point niya, and tanggap naman ng ilang segment ng populasyon natin.
But Binay has been able to address these rebels, all considering that they are a financial power, they have the clout. He's been able to stand up to them. He was able to stand up to GMA. You're talking about education, the ability for competence. I think he has that pretty much under his wing. You talk about experience, I think the 30 years, proven. Okay, you're talking about integrity, you're talking about stealing money, but going back, I mean, give me one president, just one. Even a senator, di ba, for that matter.
Yun ang nga ang
Di
point.
ba? I mean, given eh.
Yeah.
So they're all the same.
I think if we want to look at the positive aspect of Binay, I think si Mayor John Simon, in our discussion, presented a very good argument. No? Sabi niya, magkasabay sila tatlo, ni Duterte, Binay siya, na mag-mayor, acting mayor. No?
Sabay sila.
And at that time, mas maraming pera daw ang Quezon City kaysa sa Makati.
Correct.
And even Davao, per capita kaysa sa Makati.
Tama.
But it is only in
86,
Makati, may mga free education and so on. Sa Davao daw, hanggang ngayon, wala pa. I don't know. I'm not from Davao. No? But that seems to be confirmed. So, ang ebidensya ng mga pro-Binays, may nagawa siya. At yung sabi mo nga, ang corruption, sa buong sistema.
So, it's given eh. Let's go to Mar. Who's gonna run the country?
Nako, Diyos ko po.
Ang problema kay Mar sa aking nakikita at which I have reported,
Oh my God!
The election's already taking place right now. It may be too late.
yung problema kay Mar, yung galamay ng Liberal Party is all over his hands and legs. And kaya
Well,
wala
I know
siyang,
the man
wala siyang
personally,
magawa sa
Yeah.
MRT eh.
But he's a good guy. Personally. I've met him 35,
Pero
40
alam mo,
years ago.
Hari,
Good guy.
we're talking
Anak
about,
mayaman yan eh.
Hari, we're talking about leadership by example.
Competence again.
Competence. The mere fact na pinababayaan niya yung mga alipors niya magnakaw. Ano ibig sabihin yan?
Ako, I can't
Di ba?
fathom. It behooves me how Abaya is allowed to stay. How Alcala is allowed to stay. I mean, di ba? I mean, napaka-obvious ba? I mean, the people hate them and yet, katabi niya.
Yung mga tao ng Liberal Party, hindi makontrol ng presidente, si Noynoy. Imbis na magsakripisyo yung mga tao dahil na i-embroil sa corruption, pinoprotektahan niya. Pinoprotektahan niya. So walang malasakit, ang lahat na yan.
Hindi lang yun.
So, Mar will fall into the same trap.
Si Mar, tingnan mo, si Mar, sa MRT, even to save himself, he could not do it. Lahat ng corrupt
He's so
na mga
helpless.
deals,
He's so
wala
helpless.
siyang magawa.
Now, if you talk about integrity, okay, people are hitting Binay because of the 1 year at Trillanes and what's his name,
Mercado.
Cayetano went over Binay. I mean, what about Mar? How about all that waste that he has because tao siya si Abaya. I mean, tao niya si Abaya eh. Diba? And the fact that he allowed all of this to happen.
So
Who
many
is more
DOTC
integrity?
people.
Who has integrity? Binay or Mar? Di ba? Obvious ba? I think you have more people.
More
Coming
text
in
here. From 4723, good noon po. Dismayado ako dahil nawala ang name ko sa COMELEC list from Compostela Valley. Nakakaiyak talaga. Share lang po. God bless po sa inyong programa. Number 9890, dito sa amin sa Samar, umabot ng 5,000 ang bigayan sa isang butante.
Share naman, share! Sharing.
7492, the oval marking at the ballot is very light. I fear of losing my vote. So may nakita siyang shading. 9876, dito naman po sa amin, medyo nadismaya ng konti kasi po walang UPS yung PCOS machine. Paano po pag mag-brown out? Ayun. So hindi kompleto ang equipment.
Nawala na bote mo. Going back, it's called the COMELEC incompetence. If you think Abaya was terrible, Andy Bautista is now reigning. Di ba? Pagalingan sila sa called terrible.
Tanong ko ngayon, si Miriam ba, hindi ba sana obligasyon niya na mag-withdraw for some candidate na because talagang physically, kita ng tao, hindi niya kaya.
Ideally,
Kung may 2% siya, kung may konsensya siya, ibinigay niya sa kanyang pinaniniwalaan, di ba?
Correct.
Oh, I
The
thought.
problem is she really believes the surveys are incorrect.
Oh,
They're bogus.
assuming.
No,
Oh.
she really believes that. And two, because when she does go to all the colleges, universities, assuming that the youth vote, because statistically they say that the youth vote is already about 40%, 45%.
Supposed to be.
Statistic.
Correct.
Yeah, but you're talking 8 to 35 years old.
Correct.
I think if you get a closer look,
18 to 35.
Yeah, 18 to 35. But they call that the youth vote.
Correct.
Because I couldn't care less about politics until I was about 40 years old.
Correct.
Maybe I was not an intellectual.
Correct.
Obviously, I was not. But maybe these kids today are, or maybe because of communication facilities. But I think that's incorrect. It's still 25 to 35 maybe, not 18 to 25. I would take the median range there. So when you talk of 18 to 25, that's outside the universities. Now, Miriam, wherever university she went, she topped it by 90-10, everybody under the 10%.
Yes,
Because talaga naman wala ka masasabi kay Miriam. And yes, the answer is she should have endorsed someone else, except that she firmly believes that she is the winner of this election. But I don't know, between her sickness,
Sobrang malayo naman siguro.
Malayo na.
Malayo.
Wala na.
yeah.
Wala na talaga.
So
No,
that's why I go back to round robin. Kailangan may round robin ka. Kung silang 5, nagkaroon ng isang runoff, nagkaroon ng isang
That's
election.
ideal.
Oo.
But we have to legislate that.
Oh, we have to legislate
Hindi
nga.
kaya
Bakit
ng
hindi
Comelec
ginagawa? Because they want it to be magulo.
We have to legislate that. Hindi
Lahat
naman,
talaga mali sa policy natin.
Tsaka, yung round robin, yung runoff election, hindi kailangan one whole day na walang pasok and so on.
right,
You can
right.
go to the mall, you can go...
Correct.
Kasi runoff lang yun eh.
Correct.
Then you have one day for one-on-one labanan. Oh.
if the Comelec had a vision and they had a real mission, which is to serve the people, they would have done that. The malls I thought was a good idea for a start.
Yeah.
To look at the government agency in whatever locality and see the ones who have a better facility than the schools. It's obvious the schools are decrepit. But then again, we don't see the students outside suffering in the heat. They go inside into a more, with better atmosphere, better air, di ba? Unlike here, we're made to wait outside under the sun, tapos papasok. It's like the LT, di ba? Parang ganun eh.
Very clear.
Again, the Comelec, incompetent.
Okay, may text ulit tayo. 6843I, Manolo Samudio, Valeros, OFW. Please po, try nyo na i-discuss ang online voting na katulad ng sa loto. Ayun.
Oh, pwede yun
649,
Okay.
I really like your discussion po. Pinapanood ko po mga coverage ng eleksyon and I'm still not yet voting. To be honest po, ang taas ng costs for the election but the
Correct.
quality is very unsatisfactory. Nakaka-disappoint because I was expecting better since we have very good candidates who's vying for some position this time.
Totoo yan
0053 may kumakalat po na issue na kung saan yung ballot paper po ay nakaprogram kina Rojas at Robredo na kung saan kahit ibang candidate ang i-vote, automatic na Rojas at Lenny po iyon. Yung po yung may pink na linya sa papel ng ballot. Bakit hindi aksyonan ng Comelec yun? Eh malaking daya yun. Okay, that has been going around.
Ano ba yung
Hindi,
pink
meron
line?
talagang pink line. Pero the truth of the matter, kahit na walang pink line, meron talaga eh. Embedded eh.
Oh.
Yan ang problema. Kasi remember, hindi yan ginawa dito eh. Sa Taiwan ginawa yan.
Ayun.
Okay.
Nung pumasok yan dito, embedded na lahat
Hindi
yung
natin kaya
program.
gawin yung teknolohiya dito.
Hindi,
We can't
that's
do
why
that.
ako...
Factory. Kung sinong gumawa ng sa factory yan, yun na.
Hindi natin kaya sa
Oh,
Pilipinas.
we have
yan.
our last 3 minutes, but that is why, on that note din, I would again remind that from the very beginning, sinasabi ko, balik tayo sa manual. And then
I agree with you.
electronic transmission.
Eh, tayo na lang ang naggaganyan eh.
Kay gas lagman yan, idea ni gas yan.
At saka hindi lang naman gas lagman, ang German Supreme Court,
Lahat.
Yeah,
Halos
pinilit.
malaking
They
bansa.
follow that now. Yeah,
pinilit ang gobyerno na
Correct.
ibalik sa manual voting and counting, and electronic summation and so on. Kasi,
Tama.
sabi ng German Supreme Court, hindi transparent ang electronic machine eh. Hindi mo nakikita ang proseso eh. Ano? So with our last 2 minutes, we get your wise counsel for our nation and our democracy that seems to be lost in the woods.
Well,
Erick,
anyway, everything is crisis by design. So we really have to be wary about these things.
Oh,
Kasi
crisis
kung
by
hindi,
design.
magkakaroon ng laking kaguluhan. Saka hindi ito EDSA ha. Pagka nagkaroon tayo ng kaguluhan ngayon, all hell break loose. Remember, yung mga warning ng mga pro-Duterte, hindi biro yan. Saka yung kitang-kita ko na yung groupings eh. Hindi lang makakaliwaan na kay Duterte. Remember, ang paksyon ng kaliwa, nasa dalawang paksyon na kay Po and Duterte.
Okay.
Pero the truth of the matter, pati military component meron.
We have 1 minute left, kaya we have to move on to
Crisis
Harry.
by design. Ang ganda lang.
Oo.
Hindi, I'm just happy that this guy, this president is gonna step down.
Oo,
Now,
tapos
whether
po
the
yan.
Yellow Army is gonna come on, well, so be it.
Oo.
But I'm just happy he's stepping down. So at
Okay.
least, itigil na yung kasinungalingan.
Okay. I am as happy as Harry. That is my ending message. Mabuhay po ang ating bayan, and so we continue our fight for a better country.
Huwag kalimutan si Albani.
Albani, talagang
Hindi, alam mo, ang sanghiro si Albani sa mga kidnapping sa Mindanao.
Okay.
Ang
Good.
daming sinave niyan.
Meron pa. Habol ka.
Payabang.
Party list mo, party list.
Maganda yung sinabi ni tweet ni Alma
Okay.
Moreno. The winner of this election will be the winner. Obvious ba?
Okay, bye-bye na. Maraming salamat, Harry.
thank you.
Erick. Sige. Okay.